Yeah, this is a great match. Rhea dominated as she should. This kind of reminded me why I like Rhea Ripley so much. And Ransom gets 8.5 and Logic to 7. So.
These guys beat the fucking crap out of each other. My God. I watched this match twice. One of the times I had to take notes for this match. There was just so...
Lost the North American Championship before challenging for the NXT Championship, because that's the way logic works.
Tony Khan said himself, who cares about the rules?
But we care about the fucking rules because this is Life's Opening Radio Rope Break. This is all about rules.
Yeah.
Let's open Radio Rope Break. Hey guys, Kgabo here, and today we're back with another episode of Let's Open Radio Rope Break, and today we are back with a proper episode of Rope Break, and we're gonna review Fastlane today, and I'm here with my good friends Ben Charles and Josh Jenkins, my assistant host. Ben Charles, would you like to introduce yourself?
I don't need an introduction considering I've been doing extra episodes and all the other stuff. So yes, I am Ben Charles, and thank you all so much for listening to this episode, and hopefully you are enjoying it so far. Yes, we will review Fastlane in its entirety, and I got a couple of complaints, but it is what it is. It's wrestling anyway.
Yeah, and Josh, our guest host, the main host of Let's Open Radio, the co-producer of Let's Open Radio Certified Bangers, would you like to introduce yourself?
No.
Okay then. Simple as that, I guess. Nobody wants to introduce themselves these days. Quickly
going to do some promotion because I'm an asshole. You can watch my latest Ferry to Ireland vlog on my Josh Times 3 YouTube channel. So, yeah. You can do that on Sunday or any day after that, really.
Well, you heard the man. You indeed heard the man. Kgabo's mic is off right now, but yes, we're going to do WWE Fastlane 2023. This was in Indianapolis, Indiana, at the Fieldhouse over in Indiana.
I gotta dip real quick. Sorry, guys. I have to open the door for somebody. I'll be right back.
All right.
At least somebody here knows how to open doors.
What the fuck does that supposed to mean? What? You calling him a chauffeur? What?
No, it's a reference to my latest vlog where I was struggling to open the door on the ferry. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, okay. I didn't get it at first. I was like, what?
Yeah, my friend kept taunting me about it. I've got the video on the Discord, I believe. So.
That's nice.
I got me my pasta.
Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. I had to open the door for somebody.
That's right.
And what have you guys been talking about? What did I miss?
Nothing. None.
Okay, I guess I'll find out when this comes out. Anyways, have you guys heard of Sonny being thrown in jail for like 6 years? I'm trying to see if the thing is not there on the server. Let me see if it's there. I don't know if I put it there. I hope I did. Aha, here it is. This is from TMZ, and if it can just load up real quick. Here.
I don't think anyone likes TMC too much.
Yeah. WWE legend Tammy Sitch facing up to 25 years in prison after she pleaded no contest to a DUI causing death. It doesn't give us who wrote this, but anyways, WWE legend Tammy Sitch just pleaded no contest to a felony charge of DUI causing death, and now she's facing a prison sentence of up to a quarter of a century, TMZ Sports has learned. The 50-year-old Wrestling Hall of Famer was first hit with the count and 7 others back in May 2022 after officials alleged she killed a 75-year-old man during a drunken car crash just 2 months prior. Sitch had initially pleaded not guilty to all of these charges, but changed her pleas in a Volusia County courtroom on Wednesday afternoon, days before the case was slated to go to trial. According to court documents, in addition to the plea to felony DUI causing death, she also pleaded no contest to one felony charge of driving with license suspended causing death, 4 misdemeanor counts of DUI with damage to a person, and 2 misdemeanor charges of DUI with damage to property. A sentencing hearing for Sitch has not yet been put on the docket, though according to court docs, she's facing a maximum sentence of 25 years behind bars whenever it comes up. Sitch has been in jail since May 2022 in the case after prosecutors claim she crashed her car into the back of another vehicle on a Florida road in March 2022 while it was stopped at a traffic light. The officials alleged at the time of the accident she had a blood alcohol content of 0.08 or higher. Sitch had at first received bond in the case, but days later she was thrown back in jail after prosecutors called her a danger to the community. The case was not the first time Sitch had been accused of drinking and driving. She had also been arrested at least 6 times for impaired driving before, including back in 2019 in New Jersey. The former wrestling personality was also jailed last year for allegedly threatening to kill a man with scissors. And yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's been sad to see how Sunny has been descending into this madness, and now she's in jail for up to 25 years. And yeah, that's just mind-blowing. Ben, do you have any thoughts on this?
I don't have much to say except Sunny deserved it probably, and then I don't know if she necessarily deserved it. That's a little too harsh on my end, but I will say this. It's just pretty awful to learn about, as you get older. I mean, I was never a Sunny fan because I wasn't around to see her be a valet or a manager, but I was around to see her her downfall and stuff like that, and a lot of people have made fun of it and stuff, so I won't make fun of it, but it's just terrible,
Yeah. And Josh, do you have any thoughts?
She is the bearer of her own actions, therefore she will have to suffer the consequences, for if there is any, for whatever she does in life, just like I would and just like you both would. So she put herself into this position, so if she wants to get out of it, she can do whatever she needs to get herself out of it. But if she will do that, time will tell. I don't think she will. I think it might get worse. But I don't know. So we'll see how it goes. But what I can say is that one day, all three of us will meet up in person. And when that day comes, I don't know when, it will be a sunny day.
Yeah,
Oh.
it will certainly be, but I don't know if this was the place to bring that up.
Awful fun.
And you mentioned, Josh, your Ferry to Island vlog, which I will watch probably. It's coming out on the same day as episode 18 of Rope Break, which should have been out last week already. But I couldn't because, technical difficulties. So we'll see how that goes.
It's 2 hours long, basically, my Ferry to Ireland vlog. So, be prepared for how long it is.
Yeah. And speaking of that, my Up North 2 vlog, both two parts of it are out right now. You can go and watch it right now, as well as my vlog to the Eastern Cape back in May, at the end of April or May, Freedom Day weekend here in South Africa. That was a nice trip, and yeah, those are my videos that I don't plan to. Well, I do actually. I recorded a few videos of Tariq's birthday, and I don't know if I'm gonna post those, but something I will definitely release in the future is my vlog of me going through the Tygerberg Nature Reserve. I went there on the 1st of October, and it was a very nice hike. It was long, but the views were definitely worth it. So yeah, y'all can check that out. And now on to the next article. CM Punk had been heavily rumored to come to the WWE, but apparently now that's been rejected. And yeah, I don't know if I would have wanted to see that anyway, considering the problems he had in AEW. What were the chances he wouldn't have those problems again in WWE? There are people who are openly opposed to it. Seth Rollins said in an interview he doesn't want to see CM Punk there. Roman Reigns doesn't want him there. I'm sure there are quite a few others that don't want him there. So yeah, it wouldn't have worked even if it was true, and even if they didn't reject it. But they did make quite a few references to tease the fans. I think Shinsuke and Nakamura did a GTS on someone to tease that. But yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to see a CM Punk return. And as Josh had mentioned, after CM Punk had left AEW again back in August, he said that CM Punk should probably never return to wrestling after this. And yeah, I pretty much agree with him. So, Ben, would you like to say anything on this matter?
I'll just be completely transparent and completely honest with all of you, like I always am. I do not want to see CM Punk in WWE. And I say this because there's so much other talent that can be utilized on TV that can actually be on Raw and on SmackDown and on NXT. There are actual people who need to be on television. And if CM Punk gets on TV, he's going to get most of the spotlight instead of the other guys. So I don't want to see this at all. I'm sure some of you may agree with me. Some of you may say, oh, CM Punk is a draw and stuff like that. But I don't think CM Punk fits the kind of company. He doesn't fit the kind of narrative that Triple H would want. Triple H, as of late, has been booking Monday Night Raw pretty well. So I don't think he wants to ruin that anytime soon. The only problem with Raw is that it's not 2 hours. And that's really the only problem with Monday Night Raw. Other than that, there's no problem with Monday Night Raw. And that's all I got to say.
Josh, would you like to say anything on this matter?
No, I don't. Although I wouldn't be against seeing him make a return, but I digress. I'm going to move on.
Yeah. So yeah, with that said, now we can finally move on to our review of WWE Fastlane, which took me a record 2 days to take notes for. And that's the quickest it's ever taken me to take notes for a pay-per-view. And I actually got an award earlier today at school, and it was for perseverance in my school career. So that was nice. So I guess I deserve an award for this note taking, because this was the fastest I've ever done. This took place on the 7th of October, a Saturday night, at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana, of course, in the U.S. It had a racing theme to it, which was nice, because it's like the Indy 500 and that type of thing, in Indianapolis. And now we start this off with for the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships. The Judgment Day, the champions, consisting of Finn Bálor and Damian Priest, versus main event Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. Michael Cole actually mentioned the Bullet Club on there, and then Corey Graves like, yeah, Cole, get those Twitter points, taking a jab at the IWC of this. While we're on the topic of this match, Ben, would you care to review this match for us?
Oh my God. Okay, look, I know who won. A lot of people know who won this match. I did not take a lot of notes for this match, surprisingly, because I was normally like I was just focused on the match in general, because normally, I mean, the match was good though, don't get me wrong, but it's just like I focused on like the last probably 5 to 6 minutes of this match though, because like that was like the most important to me. And I don't know if you guys agree with me on this, but man, I hated the finish of this match with a burning passion. I don't know why. I just felt like it was like kind of stupid though, like in a way. I don't know if you guys agree with me on this, but the finish of this match was JD Madonna came out, and JD Madonna had the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he was about to hit Cody Rhodes, I believe, with the briefcase. So in the moment, Cody moved out of the way, or Jey Uso, one of the two. So he moved out of the way, and then JD Madonna hit Damian Priest in the ankle with the Money in the Bank briefcase. And then Damian Priest got pinned, if I'm correct here.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, your new tag team champions. And I did not like this decision at all. And I'm going to explain why. This is an excuse to put Cody Rhodes on SmackDown so he can this is an excuse to have Cody Rhodes on SmackDown. That way, Cody can go to SmackDown and he can fight Roman Reigns over when it gets to WrestleMania season. And I don't want to see that at all. We've already been there. Like, if Cody is going to fight Roman again, can we at least have like Cody win a match? Like, I know Cody and Jay are cool now. They're tag team champions. I have no problem with that. Necessarily, I don't know where this goes long term. Like, I don't know where this goes like long term. I don't know where this leads to. I don't know if this leads to a Jey Uso heel turn down the line, because I don't want to see that at all.
Oh boy.
Please,
no, man. Oh. And I actually saw a couple days ago this press conference of Jey Uso and Cody, and it was quite funny. Jey Uso, I think, was drunk on that press conference. And yeah, he was making like some funny comments and stuff like that. So yeah, it was funny to see that. Yeah, and I saw it on Botchamania as well. But they're killing it on Matthew over there. He's killing it on Botchamania. I love watching that. But yeah, anyways, Josh, do you have any thoughts? Oh, wait. I haven't said my thoughts yet. What I liked in the match, Ben didn't really go over the moves, but I'll give some things that I liked here. Cody did a delayed gourd buster, which I liked. Priest kicked Jay. I wrote there lol because it was funny. I can't remember exactly what happened. That was funny, but yeah, that was something. And then, Cody made a hot tag, which was nice. So people cheered him and stuff, and he did good moves. Priest did a nice flatliner, and Cody did kind of a botched anti-air. And yeah, I think a bit too much happened in this match. And by the way, this is kind of they keep teasing that JD McDonough is going to be in the Judgment Day. Just put him in the Judgment Day. Stop teasing him. Like, the sooner you put it, the more you keep dragging this out, the less impactful is gonna be when they actually induct him, for lack of a better term, into the Judgment Day. So yeah, that's something I kind of have a problem with. But other than that, this match was alright. I'll give Rassen a 6 and Logic a 3. So yeah, I'll give Josh some time to get back into it. And Josh, would you like to give your thoughts on this match, if you have any?
I suppose I do, somewhere in the back of my mind. I don't. They are going in the direction that they're going. Nothing I can say will change what they're doing. It doesn't matter if I like it or not. They will continue doing what they're doing with the storylines, with the performances of the matches, so on and so forth. You get the point. I'm pretty certain you do. I don't know what type of voice that was. I do appreciate that they're trying to continue the story of Jay trying to seek redemption of sorts and trying to get Cody on his side, or really Cody's trying to get him on his side, rather.
Yeah.
So perhaps Cody will end up doing a swerve and reveal that he was using Jey Uso this whole time. Maybe that's the direction that they're going. I don't know. I know.
Nah, I don't know about that.
I know Ben doesn't seem to like that idea. I don't like it either, but it's perhaps a possibility of what might happen. Because I don't know where this is heading exactly. Yes, obviously the end goal is Cody versus Roman again. Obviously, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
What is it going to be, right? What is it going to be?
Yeah.
Vega versus Roman Reigns? Like the swerve?
Way too early.
Yeah. Them being tag team champions, which was the entire point of this match, really. I don't like that it ended the Judgment Day's reign so early on, because they really just got the titles. So I don't like that, but it doesn't matter if I like it or not. They're gonna do what they do. So, But yeah, them being tag team champions seems to be a fun idea that they're trying to have fun with whilst they're trying to tell this story. So I'm not going to be negative towards it. I'm just going to let it be, and hopefully I'll find some enjoyment out of it along the way. Their tag team finisher, the Cody one or whatever they're going to call it now. I don't like it. I feel like it's a mockery of the 3D. When the Usos were doing it, they called it the 1D in tribute, and now Cody and Jay doing it. It just doesn't seem right. But it is what it is, so you know. Oh, and I'm not going to give it anything. So.
Okay, well, we know that. So I guess Josh has given up hope for any kind of change in wrestling. He's done ranting and all that stuff. So I guess that's fine.
Yeah, he has a point, though. He's not wrong.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's wrong, but yeah.
I was going to mention... I was going to mention about the Judgment Day's title reign. They just got the belts back at Payback, and then they lose it here at Fastlane. I was like, what was the point of them? What was the point of them winning at Payback, though? That was my question. That was what I wanted to ask. Because, like, if they were going to win at Payback and then lose to two singles wrestlers who are not a fucking tag team, they didn't win a number one contenders match. They didn't win a tournament. They didn't win a blind draw tag team tournament. They didn't do none of that. They didn't even win a number one contenders match.
They lost that twice now.
Yes.
It is what it is, Ben.
It's illogical. That's what it is. Whether you like it or not, it's illogical.
Yeah.
And speaking. Sorry, by the way, one thing I've got to mention. Trish Stratus was reported to have finished with WWE for now, when she hasn't even had her match against Zoe Starks, which has been building since WrestleMania. You can't leave until you've had that match. You can't.
They can't do it as Survivor Series, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I would assume they're saving it for WrestleMania to put Zoe over on the grandest stage of them all. But Trish said that she was done, I think, in a report I read somewhere. So, moving.
Was it by Sportskeeda? I mean, I bet it was. I hope it wasn't written by a dude named Mike fucking Person.
What?
I don't know who the hell Mike Person. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they got random people fucking writing out articles and shit. Mike Person and fucking Dylan Hawkins, or I don't know. At this rate, I don't know.
Well, clearly he's a person called Mike.
No.
That's his name. That's his name, y'all. We're not making this up. That's his name.
Moving on, Kgabo.
Yeah. And speaking of unwatchable, as Ben mentioned earlier, Wade Barrett, Booker T, and Xavier Woods have a backstage segment. They were wanting to get pizza. It was a waste of time. Apparently, was they were goofing around, and apparently, it was an ad for Pizza Hut. Freaking Pizza Hut making these niggas do goofy ass segments. I gotta excuse my language. Anyways, to the next match, a 6-man tag match between the Latino World Order, consisting of WWE United States Champion Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar going to the ring with Zelina Vega, who I believe, along with Dakota Kai, started a podcast of some kind. So yeah, that's interesting. And a mystery wrestler to be announced later, versus Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, consisting of Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. Okay, so I see the Street Profits are heels now. So then, but then now they're still dancing and like throwing cups around and like, why? They're heels now. Shouldn't they be more serious? And they're sticking with Bobby Lashley. Why would Bobby Lashley hire two goofballs? No offense to their wrestling, because they're a pretty good tag team, I must say. But now they're goofing around still, and they make Bobby whatever, man. And then Corey Graves was what?
Bobby Lashley looks like Kingpin from the 2003 movie Daredevil. I don't know what is going on with this man. Suits. This man is wearing a suit every single week. What is going on? I get it. I get the presentation. I like it, though. Don't get me wrong, but he just looks like Kingpin from Daredevil 2003. I don't know what's going on, man. Like, oh my Lord. If you guys remember that movie, by the way, played by the late great Michael Clark Duncan, by the way. Rest in peace. But my goodness. I don't know why. you guys will see the resemblance. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you'll see it.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, and of course Corey Graves was being a heel on commentary again. I don't know why he does that for certain matches, and I roll my eyes. Anyway, we get to the actual match. Montez Ford and Santos Escobar start the match. Santos roughs up Montez Ford. He does a jumping shoulder tackle. He does an enziguri at the apron. He does a crossbody, does a hurricane run off the top turnbuckle. He goes for the pin. Bobby Lashley breaks it up. Played that spot. Montez did a chop block. Angelo Dawkins tagged in. Bobby Lashley tagged in. They both tagged in simultaneously. Angelo Dawkins roughed up Santos in the corner. Bobby Lashley did a spear in the corner. He did a neck breaker. They replayed the chop block. Bobby Lashley went for a hurt lock, but then Santos escaped. Bobby Lashley threw Santos into the corner. He did a delayed vertical suplex. Angelo Dawkins made a tag. Went for the pin, got a 2 count. He did a forearm strike in the corner, which was nice. Santos Escobar did a drop kick. Rey Mysterio made a cold tag, honestly. Bobby Lashley made a tag. He grabbed Rey Mysterio, and then Angelo Dawkins made a cheap shot. Bobby Lashley dropped Rey Mysterio at ringside. They replayed that spot. They got back in the ring. Bobby Lashley did a modified neck break or something like that. Montez Ford made a tag. He did a frog splash for a 2 count. He did a PK to the midsection. He threw some kicks in the corner, did a hammer throw. Angelo Dawkins made a tag. He kicked Rey Mysterio, did shoulder rams in the corner. Bobby Lashley choked Rey Mysterio, and then he made a tag. He did elbow strikes in the corner. Rey Mysterio made a comeback, and then Angelo Dawkins made a tag, which I actually didn't see at first. I had to rewind. He tried to stop Santos. Montez Ford grabbed yanked Santos off the apron. And then Zelina Vega hit a Meteora on Montez Ford, which was nice. Rey Mysterio got back in the ring. He countered Angelo Dawkins' power slam with a DDT, which was cool. And I thought Bobby Lashley was the legal man, but as I mentioned already, I didn't see Angelo make the tag. Montez Ford made the tag. He did an elbow strike on Ray, or an elbow drop. Even he threw some kicks. Rey Mysterio did a enziguri, and then Montez Ford fell to ringside. Rey Mysterio was crawling, and then because he was beaten up, and then Carlito's music hits, and he runs to the ring, and then Carlito gets a flaming hot tag. Santos does a dive on Bobby Lashley. Montez Ford misses an enziguri. And then Carlito hits a backstabber for the win. I said this match was meh until Carlito showed up. I gave Rassen a 6 and Logic a 5. What did you think about this match, Ben?
I thought this was a good match. I gave this match a 7. I thought this match was actually pretty cool. I feel like they were out there just to waste time though. There's no story between these two teams though. I'm not mad at the match though. I'm just mad at the build for this match, because there was no kind of tension, no kind of build between these teams, and then they just had a match, and then Carlito came out, and that was great. Carlito, he looked great out there, so no complaints from me. I gave this match a 7. Logic probably a 4.
Okay. And Josh, do you have any thoughts?
Carlito being back is amazing. I've wanted him back for the past several years. So him being back now is... However, if he was coming back, he should have done it before the bell rang to start the match. Moving on.
Well, yeah. I think that should have been done too. Then at least it wouldn't have been as slow as it was. But yeah, and then
no. It doesn't matter if it was slowly paced, Kgabo. If the bell has already rung to start the match and it was a 3-on-2 handicap, then at that point forward until the end of the match, it's a 3-on-2 handicap. The match is a 3-on-2 handicap. You don't just insert a sudden third partner to make it a 3-on-3 tag in the final minute of the match. You don't do that. It doesn't make any sense. The match has already started.
Okay then.
He's not wrong.
What did I say? He's wrong.
No. A lot of people are going to be like, be grateful Carlito came out. What? No, Carlito came out in the last 2 minutes of the match. Come on, man.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. We had to get that reference in some way.
His theme song changed. What is his theme song for? Why?
I would like to give a fine. I would like to give a fine here on the Rope Break Ledger. I would like to fine Def Rebel for $50.
Oh, dang!
That man's theme song is awful. Carlito's theme was fucking atrocious on this show. Change this man's theme, bro. Please. Fine Def Rebel, $50.
That's 2 theme songs that need changing. Konosuke Takeshita's Mosquito theme song and Carlito's theme song, which he came out on tonight. And speaking of not cool, go on. Wait.
What was wrong with Carlito's original theme song? That was incredible. It fit his character perfectly. And now they've got this other one, and it doesn't. But anyway, as I said from the start, it doesn't matter what I say. They're going to do what they do anyway, so.
And speaking of not cool, as Josh mentioned, an ad for Crown Jewel plays, which I don't even know if I want to review that, because in any case, even if I wanted to, I'll be caught up in exams. I'm writing my 2 math finals, the Friday before and the Monday after. So yeah, I'd rather not. But I will try. I'll try to watch Full Gear so that Ben and I can review that. And it's already looking like a decent pay-per-view. Anyways, also speaking of not cool, Jade Cargill was shown walking backstage. And I don't want to see her on the main roster. I think she should be on NXT getting time to develop. Because there's nothing for her on the main roster. She can't beat Becky. Well, Becky Lynch. This is different. She can't beat Io Sky. She can't beat Rhea Ripley. And is looking like they're going to give her a big push. So I don't want to see that. I'm scared for Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Especially for Io. Considering how they treat Asians in this company. But yeah, Ben, do you have any thoughts on this?
Hey, I'm gonna say this, and this is like a different kind of perspective here. Now, I'm not disagreeing with you at all that she should not be on the main roster. She shouldn't be on the main roster. She should be on NXT. Another thing, ever since she went to WWE, there is a lot more Jade Cargill fans than expected. So I don't know why, but it is what it is. You know, if you go to the other side from AEW, you're gonna have a lot more fans. So yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
Josh, I wouldn't expect you to have many thoughts considering Jade Cargill from AEW, but if you have any, would you like to share with us?
Just one, really. Just one. She did appear on NXT this past week. You know, the Thursday night of the century. Fuck you, Tony Khan, you fucking idiot. There's a reason CM Punk said he was working with children, Tony Khan.
Should we still put him in the volcano?
Put him in the fucking void at this point.
Anyways, speaking of Io Sky, as I mentioned, now we have this next match for the WWE Women's Championship. Io Sky, the champion, versus Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. And Charlotte was really just thrown into this just for the sake of a spectacle because in the video package I was watching, I don't really watch the weekly shows, but the feeling I was getting this is, Bayley was beating up Charlotte, and then Asuka ran out. And number one, that's another thing of super babyface booking. I hate it when they do that. When then the heel beats up somebody, and then the babyface comes running to their aid. In certain occasions, I'll accept it, but in most, it looks goofy as hell. Number two. Why don't Bayley and Charlotte have a singles match? Because that's the feeling I was getting from the video package. Charlotte had a problem with Io Sky being the champion and Bayley being the leader of Damage Control. I don't know, maybe she was trying to stir up the tensions between Io and Bayley. But, like... Why couldn't they just have had a match, Bayley and Charlotte, instead of just throwing Charlotte in this match for no reason? And number three, finally, Charlotte's beef is not with Io nor Asuka. So why did they put her in this match? like, fuck's sakes, man. And then EO, the story of this match, basically, the kind of important thing in this match, EO Sky wanted to do this completely on her own, without the help of Damage Control, Bailey, or Dakota Kai. So yeah, they started the match. Charlotte Flair gave EO Sky a boot. Asuka spit the mist at Charlotte, which is actually legal in a triple threat match. So I apologize to Jessica Carr for finding her or nominating her as referee of the month for allowing the mist spot, because that was actually legal.
We'll get to that next month.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to that. Asuka does a kick. She goes for the pin. EO breaks it up. They replayed the missed shot. Asuka and EO duked it out because the main beef is with them two. EO Sky missed a moonsault. Asuka did a missile drop kick. They both tried to pin each other multiple times. They did ducking and dodging. Asuka threw some kicks. Charlotte did a boot. She did a fall away slam and a kick up, I assume on Asuka. Yes, on Asuka she did this. She gave Asuka some chops and threw some right hands. EO Sky put in a rear naked choke on Charlotte, and Charlotte escaped. Asuka and Charlotte had a 1-2 exchange. Charlotte countered a jumping back elbow with a back suplex. Where am I now? EO Sky and Asuka team up for a little while and they beat up Charlotte. They do a double hammer throw, but then Charlotte flipped out of it onto the apron. She kicked Asuka away, gave EO a shoulder ram to, repel her. And yeah, Josh has his nice shirt over there. And then she does a roll up through the ropes or a 2 count, which I actually liked. EO Sky did a tilt-a-whirl into a crossface. She shoved Charlotte into Asuka and then did a thrust. She shoved Charlotte into Asuka, who did a thrust kick on Charlotte. EO Sky hung Asuka over the rope. She did a missile drop kick. She blocked Asuka's back superplex. Asuka hit an avalanche German suplex with a release. She did a sliding kick for a 2 count. They replayed the German. Charlotte did a crossbody on EO Sky and Asuka. She chopped EO Sky and Asuka. She suplexed them both. Asuka kicked Charlotte. Charlotte kicked Asuka in the corner. She did a standing backbreaker and threw EO's face into the turnbuckle. She did a step over double clothesline. She pinned Asuka for the 2 count. They replayed that spot. Charlotte missed a boot on EO. EO hung Charlotte's leg over the rope. Charlotte blocked Asuka's German suplex and hung onto the rope. EO Sky did a springboard sunset pin on Asuka for a 2 count, and I thought that was cool. They did multiple pin attempts. Asuka did a hip attack on Charlotte, who fell onto ringside. Get your mind out of the gutter. She hammered through EO into Charlotte. They fought at ringside. EO botched a moonsault on Asuka. Charlotte did a moonsault on Asuka and EO. They replayed that spot. Charlotte and Asuka got back in the ring. Asuka thwarted a moonsault. She charged at Charlotte and ate a boot. Charlotte climbed the corner. She climbed the turnbuckle, and then EO hit her with a shote uppercut. They had a struggle at the turnbuckle. They did a Tower of Doom, which kind of pissed me off, so I gave them each $200 fines for that. Asuka went for the pin on Charlotte, got a near fall. She went for the pin on Io, got a near fall. They laid down selling. They replayed the Tower of Doom. Charlotte put in a crab on Asuka. Asuka escaped. Io broke the figure eight with a Meteora, which was nice. She went for the pin on Charlotte and got a near fall. They replayed that spot. Asuka got a leg lock, and then Io cross-faced Asuka and Io Sky. They did a leg lock and a cross-face on Charlotte simultaneously. Asuka let go because she realized she realized that if Charlotte tapped out, that Io would win, or it would be a draw, kind of, because they both had a submission on thingy. Io Sky blocked with a pin. She did a shote on Asuka. Charlotte got a chicken wing on Io Sky. Asuka did a cold breaker on Io. Charlotte speared Io for a near fall, which was nice. And then the match was starting to ramp up a bit. Bayley went to the ring and she checked on Io. Io told Bayley to piss off because she doesn't need her help. And then Charlotte gave Io a boot off the apron. And then Asuka hit a code breaker off of the turnbuckle to Charlotte for a 2 count. That was quite cool. They replayed that spot. The people trying to diss is awesome. Charlotte put in a figure 4 into the figure 8. Bayley distracted the ref and Asuka tapped. And then Io Sky did a moonsault on Charlotte for the win. And but then now Io, I think, should be mad because Bayley helped her defend her title. But no, I get why she was celebrating because she retained the belt. But still, she said she didn't need Bayley's help or Dakota Kai's help for that matter. So I'm like, what the fuck? Wrestling 7, Logic 2. This was okay. It was kind of slow at times, but yeah. Ben, do you have any thoughts on this match?
Okay. There's a lot of thoughts that I have about this match. Okay, number 1. Why is Bayley helping out Io Sky when Io Sky is women's champion and she's a babyface? That's my question. I believe Bayley is a heel. No, whoa, excuse me. No. Io Sky is kind of I don't know what she is, to be honest with you. I don't know if she's a heel or a babyface, though, because she comes off like a babyface in certain situations here. Bayley's more of a heel, and then Dakota Kai is a heel, right? If I'm not mistaken. Because I don't believe they had any kind of situation where the crowd cheered them. I mean, they're over as a group. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know what's going on with that scenario. I don't think Bayley should have came out in this match at all. Like, I don't understand why Io Sky looks like some kind of woman who can't do it on her own. Io Sky in NXT. Even when she was in NXT, she was doing matches on her own. She was winning matches on her own. She was great in NXT. And then all of a sudden, she needs Bayley's help to win a women's championship? No, I don't agree with that logic at all. That's just kind of ridiculous to me. And then also, another question. Why did Charlotte Flair get another fucking championship match? Someone please explain to me why she's getting championship matches. Just because she came back. She can come back tomorrow night and have another championship match. The fuck? Like, that's so stupid to me. I don't know what's going on. But we got to fix that women's division on SmackDown. That SmackDown women's division almost completely non-existent. It's like 5-6 women in that division. Fix that division. This match was good, though. I gave it a 7. Logic probably a 1. And that's it.
Yeah. Josh, do you have any thoughts on this match?
Yeah, kind of kind of. Oh, I don't like that phrase. It doesn't sound complete. It sounds like we're missing a word in between. Anyway, I mostly do have a answer to the questions you are asking. Well, I'll try to anyway. Bayley is wanting to keep herself in the spotlight that she feels that Io Sky has taken from her. Hang on, Ben. Because Bayley saw herself as the main leader of the group of I forgot what they were
Damage control.
Damage control. I wonder why that was so forgettable. Yeah, so Bayley saw herself as the main leader. Therefore, if anybody from the group was to take the shine away from her and develop their own sort of path away from her, then Bayley would feel a bit neglected of sorts by her partners. You know, her partners in crime, if you want to put it that way. So Bayley is doing this out of spite to get back at Io Sky for taking the spotlight that Bayley thinks she is supposed to be in, not Io. Because if Io was the tag team champion, Bayley wouldn't have a problem. Or if Io was, I'm sure you get the point. Anyway, yeah. So the story here, as far as I'm assuming, is that it's a different but similar route to how Batista left the Evolution group in 2005 against Triple H. I know Ben's shaking his head saying, "No, you're not making any sense. What do you mean, Batista? Explain yourself."
No. No, that's not why I shook my head. It's a similar comparison. You're not wrong with the comparison. Those were entirely different things because they were kind of teasing it for a while anyway. But I'm trying to figure out, why doesn't Bayley turn on Io Sky? Why doesn't she figure out the damn group if she feels like her spotlight's being taken?
Because it's a slow build up to it, Ben. That's what Triple H has been doing for how
They've been building this shit for 5 months.
They'll continue to build it all the way to WrestleMania at this point, Ben. It's just the way it is. And also,
It's taking too damn long.
Yeah, so Bayley is the heel, as you rightly pointed out. If anything, what's her name? Io Sky is a tweener. I think that's the phrase for the in-between of her heel and her face.
Yeah.
A tweener. I don't like that word. It just sounds like you're a teenager. But or you're gay of sorts. Which isn't bad. Shut up. Sorry. So yeah, that's the story. I think that's the point. I think that's the answer to your question. Bayley wants the spotlight. She's building Io up as the face, while she's continuing to be the heel. Eventually, they'll have a match against each other where Io Sky will beat Bayley, hopefully clean, to cement herself as what she was in NXT, as Ben rightly pointed out. Triple H never really continued that onwards when they put the group together at SummerSlam of last year, which was a main issue as to why the group never worked out to begin with.
Sorry to cut you off, Josh, but I forgot to mention I think Corey Graves mentioned before the match started that Io Sky is the champion, but she's not as respected as an Asuka or Charlotte Flair or Bayley or Becky Lynch. So, which is interesting, and I'm thinking now if she eventually beats Bayley, maybe she'll get that same respect. So that's just a thing that I'm thinking of. And Ben, you look like you have something to say.
I do feel like no one has taken Io Sky serious as champion though. That's it. Everything else can come with respect though. Like, people are not taking her serious because she's in Damage Control. I mean, this is my own personal perspective on this, but I feel like they're not taking Io Sky serious as champion. I think they're trying to build an angle where Bayley kicks Io Sky out of Damage Control. That way Io Sky can be babyface, and then Io Sky can fight Bayley. But the question is where? It can't be at WrestleMania, because that's going to be, we're like it's around the corner, but it's like way too long. Like, we're in October now, so we're going to be like October, November, December, and then January, and then February, then March. That's like 6 months right there. So I don't know where they have this match at, but they should respect Io Sky as champion. Like, the booking has not made Io Sky become respectable as a champion. That's why I'm saying, like, it should be a different way to go about it.
Yeah. But I think it is still interesting that Corey Graves mentioned that, and it could actually become a more important thing. When now Io Sky has, because Bayley is one of the 4 horsewomen, if I'm correct. And now if Io Sky takes her down, that will prove to everybody that if you can beat one of the 4 horsewomen, then you are really something in this women's division, and you should be taken seriously. So I think I think that's very interesting that Corey Graves mentioned that. But Josh, I think you were trying to say something.
Yeah, I don't remember. But to your point now about Corey Graves, I would consider that to be character development from their point of view in how they're trying to portray the storyline going forward. Because they are trying to get the most out of Io Sky, give her the most benefit of the doubt, which she's been in now for the past year, but that's their own fault. But I'm not going to get into that now, because there is no point. Because as I keep saying, as my motto will be now for goodness knows how long, whilst I'll be doing this podcast in the future, they're going to do what they're going to do, so there's no point me complaining about it. So,
yeah. And
sorry, I didn't mean to. Oh, sorry. But as long as this leads to Io getting the win over Bayley, hopefully clean, then I can forgive them for whatever they're doing now, for the most part.
But when would the match be, though?
And even if they don't, well, it doesn't matter, because they're still going to do what they do anyway. It doesn't matter what I say about it, so whatever.
Is the match going to happen at the Royal Rumble, though? That's my question, because I see this at the Royal Rumble more than WrestleMania.
I don't know when they're going to do it, but Triple H's vision is long-term booking, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just depends on how it's handled from my point of view. And the way it's being handled isn't very...
not good.
Very effective. There's a word for you. Right. But I think you know what I'm going to say, so... It doesn't matter what they do; they're going to do it anyway. So
we get it now. Oh, anyways, This episode of Rope Break is interrupted to advertise Locks Open Radio certified bangers. A roller coaster of music consisting of drum and bass. Indie pop. R&B. Soundtracks. And anything else that comes to Kgabo's mind, as well as world news and special guests. You can listen to Life's Opening Radio's certified bangers every Sunday afternoon on Spotify. Back to your regular scheduled programming. Yeah, LA Knight arrives in a new Nissan Z, the new one that they've made, which he won after winning that dumbass Battle Royal back at SummerSlam.
No.
Wrong.
Facts are wrong. They pointed out when I did the review of SummerSlam, because I inserted the clip on purpose because I got it wrong myself, so I had to fact correct myself with that video clip. It was pointed out on commentary that the match was for a future championship shot at, I'm assuming, Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins. He's never got that, and now they're saying, oh, well, he won the Battle Royal, so now he got a vehicle as a award. Like, no, don't change the fucking narrative of the story that you were telling to begin with. Don't do that.
I'm trying to throw this under the rug. Oh, man.
LA Knight won the Battle Royal, therefore he was supposed to get a championship shot. He never got that. Instead, he got that vehicle. Get lost.
Yeah.
No, for that Battle Royal, from that SummerSlam Battle Royal, you got a lifetime supply of Slim Jims, and apparently we're led to believe that he sold off some Slim Jims and literally sold some Slim Jims to get a damn car. That's what we're led to believe at this rate.
But it was all sponsored by Slim Jim, so they must have sent it to him themselves.
Right.
It's a sponsored car.
That's fair.
I don't know if he wants to be caught driving around that goofy ass livery that they put all over it, but yeah, whatever. It is what it is. And now this makes that match even more pointless. Yep. You took off Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. This for a guy to win a flippin' Nissan Z or a championship shot or lifetime supply of Slim Jims or whatever. For the company just to get more freaking profit.
Slim Jim.
However, they're going to do what they're going to do, so there's no point.
Damn it, Josh. Oh, man. Anyways, the next thing that, somebody's getting fined. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Hey! What am I getting fined?
You know what? Are you finding Josh now?
We're kidding.
Oh, okay.
We're kidding. Next match.
That was funny. Anyways, before this next match, Pat McAfee came to the ring. He praised the Indianapolis crowd. He says the city deserves a WrestleMania, but not before London. He introduced LA Knight and John Cena, and he's joining Michael Cole. I almost said Adam Cole. Michael Cole and Corey Graves on commentary for this next match, which is a special tag team match between John Cena and LA Knight versus the Bloodline, consisting of Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa, with Paul Heyman, who came to the ring.
Yep.
AJ Styles was... Why?
He just came out and said nothing for like 5 minutes straight. He was burying Indianapolis in this show. I don't know why, though. He's from Indianapolis.
Really?
Yes, he basically buried Indianapolis. Because when you said, no, because he said that Indianapolis should not get a WrestleMania before London.
No, I said that, not Pat McAfee.
Never mind. We'll rectify.
Okay.
We won't get fined in the future. Believe that.
Okay, then. AJ Styles was supposed to be in this match with LA Knight, with John Cena, but and then by the way, this would have had history with AJ Styles and John Cena because they had a match at Royal Rumble 2017. So yeah, that would have been a nice touch. But then on SmackDown, on a random episode of SmackDown, the Bloodline did their BLBS, their Bloodline bullshit, and they beat him up backstage. And he got taken away in a stretcher, and Miriam was sitting in there. And then Cena rushed to the ring to fight off the Bloodline by himself. And then they beat up John Cena. And then LA Knight to the rescue. More super babyface booking, which is complete BS. And yeah, but LA Knight was at least super over though. People cheered him when he came to the ring. And then we get to the actual match, and now John Cena and Jimmy Uso started the match. They locked up. Cena did a shoulder tackle. He put in a side headlock on Jimmy. Jimmy did a shoot-off escape out of the side headlock. Cena did a shoulder tackle again. Commentary roasted Cena's hair. Pat McAfee said, if his life is anything like his current image, it's falling apart. And if his life, it sounded to me like that nigga's life, if you go back and listen to that. So that's what I heard. So I was like, whoa. What did Pat McAfee just say? He would have been fined like $1,000 if he actually said that. This nigga's life. But that was funny nonetheless. Cena and Jimmy Uso have a stare down. They locked up again. Jimmy Uso put in a side headlock. They had a leapfrog sequence. Cena did a shoulder tackle yet again. And I was like, is this the only move he knows or something? Solo Sikoa made a tag. Cena gave him some shoulder tackles to no effect. And so did his trademark, as he always does. Cena went for another shoulder tackle, but then Solo Sikoa hit a nasty uppercut. They replayed that spot. Solo did a headbutt. I recently got a haircut. They cut me on the side, and I had to look good for this new term. Jimmy Uso tagged back in. They double teamed Cena. Jimmy Uso did an uppercut. He did another one. He did a stomp. He choked Cena at the ropes. Solo made a cheap shot. Jimmy Uso taunted. Solo tagged back in. He did an assisted punch. He did a headbutt. He mounted Cena into the tree of woe. He did a weird looking elbow drop. Jimmy Uso made a tag. He punched Cena in the corner. He missed a hip attack. Get your man out of the gutter. They laid down selling. Jimmy Uso blocked a tag. He put in a side headlock. Jimmy Uso slammed Cena onto the canvas for a 2 count. Solo made a tag. He did a hip attack, which was nice. Get your man out of the gutter. They replayed that spot. Cena was dazed. He tried to make a comeback, but then Solo hit a spinning heel kick, which was nice. Jimmy Uso made a tag. The people chanted, "Let's go, Cena." Cena did an AA. He crawled to LA Knight. Solo made a tag. He knocked LA Knight off the apron, and then LA Knight was arguing with the ref. And then Paul Heyman was on the phone with Roman Reigns. Solo was sitting on Cena. He went for the pin, got a 2 count. The people chanted, "Let's go, Cena." And then Solo stopped Cena from tagging out. Solo tried to sit on Cena again, but then Cena had his knees up. Jimmy Uso made a tag. LA Knight made a hot tag. Jimmy Uso did a super kick for a 2 count. They replayed the DDT and the super kick. Jimmy Uso missed a Uso splash. LA Knight slammed Jimmy Uso. He did a standing elbow drop. Solo Sikoa hit a Samoan drop on LA Knight. Cena did a crossbody on Solo Sikoa. Jimmy Uso did a Uso splash on Cena. And they all laid down selling. They replayed that spot. And then LA Knight was feeding off the bloodline. He got thrown out the ring. Cena went for the AA on Solo Sikoa. Jimmy Uso broke it up with a super kick. They laid down selling. They replayed that spot. LA Knight got back in the ring. He expelled Solo from the ring. LA Knight did a superplex. Cena did a 5-knuckle shuffle on Jimmy Uso. And then LA Knight hit the Blood and Force trauma on Jimmy Uso for the win. I thought this was a bit too slow at the start. They spent too much time getting heat on Cena. Getting heat on the Bloodline, sorry. But then when LA Knight tagged in, the match got better, and it was a good match nonetheless. I gave Wrestling a 7.5 and Logic a 6. I think this was pretty much match of the night, in my opinion. And yeah, Ben, what did you think about this match?
I thought this match was pretty good. I gave this match a 7.5 as well. I gave Logic for this match more of a 5. I thought there was some build towards the LA Knight hot tag, which was good. LA Knight looked great in this match, and John Cena looked pretty adequate in this match. He didn't look out of place. He didn't feel like, he wasn't a part of the show, but a lot of people were saying that this should have been like a SmackDown main event instead of like a Fastlane pay-per-view show. And I wouldn't agree with that sentiment, but I do feel like LA Knight deserved to be on pay-per-view. He is like one of the biggest draws for WWE. And that a lot of people want LA Knight, some people want LA Knight to beat Roman, and I don't want to see that. Like, I don't think LA Knight is... Yeah, I don't think LA Knight's ready for that spot, but, he's fighting the Bloodline, so that's a start, but I don't want to see him beat Roman because apparently they're going to fight at Survivor Series. I'm hearing a lot of rumors about that. So I don't know. I don't know about that, but I
Well,
thought this match of the night, in my honest opinion.
It's not like he's gonna beat Roman at next year's WrestleMania anyway. So I think they might as well have a match at Survivor Series and then maybe build him up again. He can win the US title or something, or whichever brand he's on these days. And then he can lose the belt and they build him up some more. And then maybe at the WrestleMania after, he can maybe beat Roman or Cody, actually, or whoever's the Universal Champion by then. But whatever. Josh, Josh, do you have any views on this match?
I appreciate John Cena being back in the ring for a few more matches whilst he still can. I appreciate him being a part of the rise of LA Knight. Not that LA Knight needs it necessarily, but it's appreciated nonetheless. I'm just trying to think of something nice to say. No, I'm just kidding. Now, I can see where this is leading to. John Cena will probably have a match against Solo Sikoa and put him over at some point. I don't know, Survivor Series or the Royal Rumble or whenever Cena's next movie is finished being done, because apparently he's going back to Hollywood soon to finish whatever movie he was in the middle of doing before the strikes happened. So I assume when Cena comes back, he will have a match against Solo, to lead forward from this tag match, and so forth. Now, the point about WrestleMania. Okay. Grayson Waller said he's requested that it be held in Australia. John Cena said and requested it be held in London, in England, in the UK, if I can speak. And then fucking Pat McAfee wants another WrestleMania in the USA, because obviously that's where it's usually at. So woohoo! Surprise, surprise, surprise there, Pat. Postman Pat. Anyway, they're trying to build up excitement for WrestleMania in years to come in different locations. I get the point, but I just don't want to see them promote it when it isn't even anywhere near the point of actually happening in any of those locations. So I think it's just calling the shot too early, really. So
yeah, I see.
Oh, and also John Cena has got some revenge now against the Bloodline due to his past failures to beat Roman Reigns during Roman's time as champion.
I think at SummerSlam 2021,
yes.
Roman Reigns beat him.
Yes. Well, technically, John has already got some measure of revenge when he teamed with Kevin Owens on that episode of SmackDown.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
That was this match, and yeah.
By the way, before we go to our main event, I made a mistake when I said about the first match. I apologize. I said Damian Priest got pinned. No, Finn Balor got pinned. I do apologize. Somebody literally had to tell me in my ear as I was about to, head back, to my studio here. So I had to literally get the news and had to be corrected that Finn Balor got pinned in that match, and then Cody Rhodes pinned Finn Balor to win the tag team title. So I had to make a quick correction on that. So there you go.
And I don't know who Finn Balor is, but I do know who Pin Balor is. So if
I said Finn Balor. Whoa! I said Finn Balor.
You completely missed the joke there. Oh, well done, Ben.
Main event, Jesus Christ.
Moving on.
God.
Yeah. The Judgment Day was in the locker room. Finn Balor told everyone to relax after they lost the tag belts. Then, Priest was like, man, I've had enough of this bullshit. I'm gonna go cash in. But then Rhea Ripley stopped him and said, Priest, no, not now. She convinced him not to cash in, told him to relax, and, he chilled out. So, I still don't think he should cash in anytime soon.
Yeah.
Probably, maybe at the Royal Rumble, he can cash in. Because I was thinking now, because they're definitely not going to do it with the U.S. title, especially with now Rey Mysterio holding the belt. Because my original plan that I proposed back in Forbidden Door or Dominion review, I talked about the Money in the Bank. Yeah, it was Forbidden Door. That was I'm pretty sure it was Forbidden Door that we talked about that. That storyline that I planned out is definitely not going to work. So I think he's going to go after Seth Rollins. He's not beating Roman Reigns. So I think he's going to go after Seth Rollins at some point. And if so, I think it should be at
whoa. Come on. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Damian Priest and Roman's not happening. I'll tell you that. The question is if Priest cashes in on Rollins at the Rumble, and a lot of people want Gunther to win the Royal Rumble next year. So
why? He's already the IC champion.
He can lose the IC title. Some people want Ciampa to win it.
Okay, if they build him up enough.
They either want Ciampa or Chad Gable to build it to win the Intercontinental title. But the question is, like, maybe Gunther can lose it at the Royal Rumble to Gable, and then he can go into the Royal Rumble or something like that. But other than that, I don't think that's happening. But I think Priest is going to cash in on Rollins at the Royal Rumble, like you said. I see that more happening than anything else, so that can happen. But the question is, who wins the Royal Rumble? Somebody got to face Priest for that world title. So,
and Priest can't lose because it'll only be like 2 months after he won the belt,
right?
So it'll be kind of pointless if the guy wins the Rumble and then loses at WrestleMania.
Oh, it's not like that's happened before.
Oh man, a la Cody Rhodes. Oh man,
a la half the time the Rumble has been in existence.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Anyways, on to the main event now for the in a last man standing match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins the championship versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This is their second bout now. They started the match. Shinsuke retreated to ringside. Seth Rollins went to ringside to chase him. Seth Rollins got back in the ring. Shinsuke got back in the ring and taunted Seth Rollins. Got a kendo stick and they fought at ringside. The people chanted, "We want tables." Seth Rollins suplexed Shinsuke at the foot of the ramp. He slammed Shinsuke onto the steps. He did it again. He hit Shinsuke with a half of the steps. He missed a stomp. He did a rolling forearm. He took out a trash can, some steel chairs, some more kendo sticks, and took out 2 tables to the delight of the crowd. Shinsuke did a kick at the apron. He did a running knee. He did a knee to the back of Seth Rollins' head. It was a knee drop to Seth Rollins' head. They had some more fighting at the ringside. Shinsuke had some nunchucks. He beat Seth with them. He charged at Seth Rollins in the corner, and then he ate a kick. If this thing can page, please. Come on. There we go. Shinsuke caught another kick. He did a kick to Seth Rollins' bad back. He did a sliding German, which I don't like at all. It has no impact. You can obviously tell the guy Seth is just falling on his back when Shinsuke does that. Just please retire that move. I'm sick of seeing it now, and I've only seen it twice now. He does a jumping knee, which was cool. He put a trash can over Seth Rollins' head. He hit him with a kendo stick. He choked him with the nunchucks. He did a knee drop. He did a sleeper. He let go. He went for the inverted exploder, but then Seth Rollins landed on his feet. Seth Rollins did a sling blade that laid down selling. He batted Shinsuke with a kendo stick. He hit Shinsuke with a trash can. He did a dive. They got back in the ring. He did a kendo to Shinsuke's midsection. He did a running knee. He did a frog splash. What is that even about? You scared me now. I'm just gonna ignore that and continue with the match.
Come on, man.
Seth Rollins did a frog splash. They laid down selling. Shinsuke choked Seth Rollins. He did a one-legged backstabber. He did a running knee. He set up a table in the corner. He went for the sleeper. He did an inverted exploder. He missed a running knee. He smashed into the corner with a table. Where the table was situated, Seth Rollins did a stomp. He got up after 8 because there's a 10 count to where you can lay down. They replayed Shinsuke's crash into the table. And they also replayed Seth's stomp. Seth Rollins clotheslined Shinsuke over the rope. He cleared the announce desk. He took out a ladder. He hit Shinsuke with the ladder. He put him on the announce desk. He went for an off-ladder move, but then Shinsuke moved out the way. Seth Rollins did a jumping forearm. And then now they fought at ringside. Seth Rollins threw Shinsuke over the barricade. He chased him with a steel chair. They fought in the crowd. Shinsuke did a low blow. He shoved Seth Rollins onto the floor, but then we literally see that Seth Rollins fell onto a mattress. I think that deserves a $50 fine for Seth Rollins there. He hit him with a chair towards the ring. He did a back body strap. He did because Seth Rollins actually peeled off the kind of mattress that there is at the ringside, and he exposed the concrete. and then he back body dropped Shinsuke. Shinsuke back body dropped Seth on the exposed concrete. They got back in the ring. Shinsuke went for a Kinshasa, but then Seth countered with a super kick. Seth Rollins hit a pedigree. They laid down selling. They replayed that spot. They had a fight at ringside. Shinsuke set up Seth on the table, and then he did a Meteora on Seth Rollins. They replayed that spot. Shinsuke made some chair shots. Seth threw Shinsuke into the ring post. They replayed that spot. They struggled at the ladder. Shinsuke spat the mist at Seth Rollins. He shoved Seth off a ladder onto the announce desk. They replayed that spot. They got back in the ring. Shinsuke did a back break on the chair. He hit a Kinshasa into the table, and they fought in the crowd again. Seth Rollins hit a pedigree and a stomp on the concrete platform. He did a Falcon Arrow on the cables, which is cool. And then Shinsuke was down for the 10 count, and then Seth retained the belt. I thought this match was I'll give at best Ras in a 6 and Logic a 5. What did you think about this match, Ben?
Man, oh man. This match to my liking, there's so much to talk about here. The match was actually not bad. It's just the crowd did not give a fuck about this match. Oh my God, that crowd was quiet for most of this match. And look, the crowd in Indianapolis was fine. Don't get me wrong, it was fine. But for this specific match, for the way that this been built up, this match, like, this was kind of, I'm not saying it was boring, but like the crowd for this match was quiet, and it was unexpectedly quiet. I was like, you could have heard a pen drop in there, you know. But I thought this match was pretty good. I gave this match a 6.5. Logic probably 2, because Shinsuke was not going to win. They're not going to take the belt off of Seth Rollins no time soon. Another thing, Seth Rollins is now going to fight Drew at Crown Jewel. Drew McIntyre, for those of you who don't know. I'm interested to see where they go with this, but also Drew McIntyre's been crossing paths with the Judgment Day, because on Raw, if you guys don't remember, McIntyre, he hit Dominic with the headbutt, and Damian Priest was going to cash in. Dominic was going to bring him the briefcase, which I didn't understand why.
Kiss.
What's up?
Glasgow Kiss, that's what he hit.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, I don't know where they're going with Drew McIntyre. I know why Drew McIntyre is fighting Seth at Crown Jewel. I know why, but again, for this match, like this match between Rollins and Nakamura, this was a very quiet match in my honest opinion. But I gave this match a 6.5. Logic probably a 2. I didn't see Seth losing the belt. I didn't see him losing the match. I don't know where the hell Ricochet falls in between all of this, because Ricochet's been kind of getting cool with Seth Rollins, but he hates Shinsuke. I don't know what's going on with that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll find out as the weeks go on. So, Josh, you can go ahead. You have the floor. You can talk. You can talk. That's what I meant. You have any thoughts?
Something nice. Something nice. Okay. I have a question. Since Ben would probably know more about this than Kgabo would, I would assume, because Kgabo doesn't watch the weekly episodes, as he's stated earlier on. So, okay. Isn't Seth supposed to have like an injured or broken back?
Yes. He is supposed to have he's supposed to have bruised ribs. That's the whole story of the match. He's supposed to have bruised ribs, or like injured ribs, or like chipped ribs, or whatever. One of those two.
No.
Go ahead.
No.
I'm listening.
Seth stated in an interview a few weeks or maybe a few months back now that he's dealing with an injured back and he doesn't know how much longer he has that he can perform in the way that he does.
That is correct. He cut a promo on Raw.
So, should I say more?
No. I said injured back. I don't. I mean, you have a point though. You have a point, but like, I don't know where they're going with this though. A lot of people want Drew McIntyre to win the belt at Crown Jewel. I don't want to see that.
What?
I don't know. Some people want him. Some people want Drew McIntyre to win because they're tired of Seth Rollins as champion. I don't know. I don't know.
It's not as bad as his reign is in 2019. Nothing could be worse than that. I don't want to see the belt come off Seth Rollins anytime soon before WrestleMania, even before the Royal Rumble.
My point was that he is supposed to have an injured back, and yet he doesn't seem like he does.
Good point.
Like, to me, this is a match that he should have lost. I'm just saying. He should have won. I'm just saying. Like, if he has a injured back, then how is he, managing to get through all these moves? He got thrown off the podium thing. Like how? And then he goes on to Raw the next night and acts like 2 nights afterwards, and then acts like nothing ever happened. Like, is he injured or not? Like, what is going on?
I have no idea exactly. I think they're trying to build a story where Seth has like limited time, and like they're trying to have him, do all these moves and all of these certain matches where his back gets targeted, and then he somehow pulls it out in the end. I don't know where exactly this. I don't know because wait, where are we at now? We're in October, right? May, June, July, August, September, October. 6 months. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this, but I do see where Seth finally says, I gotta vacate the belt. I don't think he's gonna lose the title outright, but I think he might vacate the belt because he's injured. Maybe. I don't know. This is a theory.
To fucking Shinsuke. They're gonna do what they're gonna do, so there's no point complaining. I'm done.
WWE logic, ladies and gentlemen. WWE logic. I don't know what they're gonna do.
This pay-per-view for a pay-per-view called Fastlane. Some of these matches were quite slow, so we're in the Not-So-Fastlane. But yeah, this pay-per-view was it's okay. It's a skippable pay-per-view. Nothing really that you need to see on this pay-per-view. So if you missed this pay-per-view, you don't need to cry about it because there's nothing really of note that happened on this pay-per-view. But overall, I will give wrestling a 6.5 and logic a 5. Ben, what are your thoughts on this pay-per-view as a whole?
This show as a whole, I gave this show a 6. Logic probably a 5 as well. I do feel like the in-ring action for this show was pretty good. It wasn't like terrible, but at least it was like the in-ring stuff was pretty good. If you want wrestling on like a pay-per-view or a premium live event, you can watch this show. If you don't want wrestling, if you don't want to, divulge into that type of stuff, then don't watch Fastlane. That's the best explanation I got. But other than that, I thought this was a pretty good show for what it was. I'm not saying this was better than Payback. It is kind of better than Payback in like very slightly, like this much, like very slightly. It's better than Payback, and it's better than SummerSlam. I'll say that. So there you go.
I think personally, Payback was better. Yeah.
Nice. Maybe. It's possible.
Yeah, and Josh, do you have any thoughts on this pay-per-view as a whole?
Okay, if I must. This was the wrong time of year to have a pay-per-view themed Fastlane. Like, they're building the Fastlane to Crown Jewel. One, it doesn't sound right. Two, it doesn't really fit what they're doing, especially in October, when this is more of a Halloween month. So Halloween Havoc or something would have been a lot more appropriate, I suppose.
But that's now an NXT type of thing. It's a TV special.
Of course it bloody is. All right. If they were going to do a pay-per-view called Fastlane, which I would never have speak words, Josh. I would never have a pay-per-view called Fastlane because it doesn't sound like a name for a pay-per-view. But if you were ever going to do it, you either do it on the road to WrestleMania or you do it on the road to the biggest party of the summer being SummerSlam. That's the only time I can see it happening. Any other time of year, it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, you have a point, but I mean, I wouldn't do Fastlane on the road to WrestleMania, bro. I would not do it.
I wouldn't either. But I'm just saying it's better timing than it is now.
Right, that's fair. Good point. I mean, to be fair, I don't want Crown Jewel in November. So,
actually, if it was up to me, there wouldn't even be a pay-per-view in between the Rumble and WrestleMania. It'll be Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
A bunch of Raw and SmackDown, and then WrestleMania.
Okay. Royal Rumble. Okay, let's say. All right, let's do a revised pay-per-view schedule. Like hypothetically here, Royal Rumble.
Oh, okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay. Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. I would put like Backlash. We're gonna be in May and June. What's up?
Backlash after WrestleMania.
No, fuck no.
That's
not the right time for that.
Hell
not
no.
Straight after WrestleMania.
No.
I would put Backlash in July though.
Sorry?
I would put Backlash in July though. I don't know. Like I feel like it's better in July.
I would put it after SummerSlam if it was me on the road to Survivor Series, but
right. And then probably have like WrestleMania and then probably King of the Ring and then SummerSlam. I mean, a lot of people want King of the Ring back, so
I don't see the point of King of the Ring.
I mean, it's your opinion, you know. I'm not mad at you. But I don't know.
It's just they treat it like you have to be a royal gimmick after you win. It just doesn't.
Right. Okay. That's fair. Yeah. I get your point. Maybe not King of the Ring. Probably Judgment Day. Maybe.
I can see a tournament type of pay-per-view or like a tournament, like a few weeks or months to build up to a pay-per-view. During WrestleMania and SummerSlam, I can see something along that, like a Gold Rush tournament or something, like a number one contenders tournament or something.
Right.
But King of the Ring specifically, no.
Well, that's fine. Hey, that's fine. You know, this is like hypothetically here. Like we're not saying like WWE is going to do all this stuff, you know, right away though.
They're not going to. It doesn't matter what we say. They're going to do what they're going to do. Now, hypothetically, if my mic doesn't turn off, hypothetically, Money in the Bank should be cancelled as a pay-per-view, and it should return to WrestleMania where it never should have left to begin with.
Thank you.
Now
Thank you.
there would be complaints from people online saying, "Oh, where are you going to find the time to have 2 Money in the Bank matches on WrestleMania?" And you do realise there's now 2 nights now, right? You son of a bitches, right? So you can have the men's on night 1, you can have the women's on night 2, or you can have the women's on night 1 and the men's on night 2. It's simple. Have both start the the first match of each one, and there we go.
Yeah.
All right. That's fair enough.
It's simple.
And then whatever happens between WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and then maybe, as Ben mentioned, Backlash, and then probably Survivor Series, then nothing after Survivor Series, and then the Royal Rumble again.
Good point.
Because I don't think there should be anything after the Survivor Series and before the Rumble. Because it'll be way too quick.
And also, I don't really want a pay-per-view to be around the time of Christmas and New Year's. And I mean, when it's going to be at home. And
yeah, no day 1 pay-per-views. Please, no. No.
Okay, I'll say this quickly.
Go ahead.
If it was me legitimately running the company,
go ahead.
When Survivor Series at the end of November, I would have.
He's going to do tag team matches like Teddy Long.
No. I would have at least 2 weeks off. So there'll be 2 weeks of no Raw, no SmackDown, no pay-per-view. WWE would have 2 weeks off completely. The week before Christmas, and then all the way to like the week or so after New Year's. That's about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. And then you come back, you do like the 3 to 4 weeks build to the Royal Rumble, and there we go. So yeah.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that at all.
Yeah. Yeah. This was a good episode, I guess. A break from these unorthodox episodes that we've had to release lately. If I could, I would record this by myself, but I can't because this freaking computer. But anyways, we will be back next week or whenever for New Japan Royal Quest. And then I will pretty much gonna skip Crown Jewel and then possibly do Full Gear.
Okay.
And then we will actually before that there's New Japan Lone Star Shootout that's happening in Dallas, I think. And we'll possibly review that as well. So that'll possibly be a double header. And then after Full Gear will be Survivor Series. So then we're gonna have a triple header, possibly. So I think that's probably gonna be when Josh comes back for Survivor Series. It's gonna be a while until we see Josh again. In the meantime, you can check out Certified Bangers, which is gonna have quite big stuff is gonna happen these next 2 weeks. And you can also check out Ben's Musical Circle podcast. He has just managed to release episode 3, which has been through a turbulent process of getting released.
Spotify. Spotify's been awful. I don't know what the fuck going on with Spotify. What's going on with Spotify, y'all? Spotify, come on, upload my episode. What are y'all doing, bro? Jesus.
Yeah. And then season 4 of The Mysteries of Life will debut in November. We're looking forward to that. We've got that going, and you can listen to Life's Opening Radio with Josh, even though that's kind of going through a bit of a turbulent period as well. But yeah, you can check that out too. But until Royal Quest 3 with Ben and I, this is Kgabo on behalf of the main host of Life's Opening Radio, the co-producer of Life's Opening Radio, Certified Bangers, a guest host on this podcast, Life's Opening Radio Rope Break, and my good friend Josh Jenkins, and the main host of the Mysteries of Life, a recurring guest host on Life's Opening Radio, Certified Bangers, and assistant host of this podcast, Life's Opening Radio Rope Break. This is Kgabo, Ben Charles, and Josh Jenkins. Signing out.
Tony Khan, please grow up.
Oh.